Welcome to the topic Chemical Kinetics from HS second year. Today we will learn some easy tricks to remember all the formula from this chapter in just one go. So let's start. The formula that we are going to cover in this video are unit of rate constant K for nth order reaction, the integrated rate expressions for zero order kinetics as well as first order kinetics and their half-life period, two expressions of Arrhenius equation, energy of activation from two different temperatures having rate constants K1 and K2, rate expression of first order gas phase reaction, and finally the rate constant of two different concentrations with different time interval. At the very first sight, this formula may look very confusing, but not after you have watched this video. Unit of rate constant K. We know that rate of anything means that anything per unit time. As this is the rate constant, so obviously the term second to the power minus 1 will be included in the unit for rate constant K. Now the anything that we have implied here is actually the term concentration. And we know that concentration has the unit mole per liter, that is mole liter to the power minus 1. With this knowledge, let us try to write the unit of K, which will be mole to the power 1, liter to the power minus 1 and second to the power minus 1. And since this expresses nth order, so we write mole to the power 1 minus n, liter to the power n minus 1 per second. Thus, it becomes easy for us to remember the unit of K for a reaction of any order. Now we will see the integrated rate expression for a zero order reaction. It is a simple expression, that is K is equal to 1 by T, concentration of A0 minus concentration of A. But it is better to remember it as Kt is equal to concentration of A0 minus concentration of A. We will understand why later in this video. The half-life time can be easily calculated by putting A0 by 2 in place of A. Now let us compare this with the integrated rate expression for first order. K is 2.303 by T log A0 by A. We have simplified this expression to Kt is equal to ln A0 by A. So we have converted this confusing formula into a simpler one, Kt is equal to ln A0 by A. Here you should know that ln of anything is equal to 2.303 into log of that thing. Converting this formula into this simpler form, it also becomes easy for us to calculate the half-life period of first order reaction, which is 0.693 by K. This is another formula for the integrated rate expression of first order, but we don't have to actually memorize it because it can be easily derived from the expression which we have learned for ourselves, that is Kt is equal to ln A0 by A. Here I have shown the steps of deriving this formula from the one we memorized earlier. This is just a matter of a few rearrangements. So please don't try to memorize all the formula, but keep in mind just one simple formula and derive all the others from that single formula that you have memorized. This sharply decreases the chances of forgetting the formula. Now let us move on to the Arrhenius equations. Here I have provided two expressions which we have to learn. But it will be easier for us to memorize the later expression, that is Ea is 2.303 RT log A by K. Let me show you how we can memorize this formula. From the ideal gas equation, we know that PV is equal to nRT. From our knowledge of thermodynamics from first year, we also know that PV is work and work is equivalent to energy. Here in chemical kinetics, we have energy is the energy of activation. So in place of PV, we have put EA, that is energy of activation. R and T are as it is, but we have to remember that in place of N in the expression nRT, we are putting ln A by K. So we finally derived the formula Ea is RT ln A by K from the simple ideal gas equation. And now don't worry for the first expression because we can easily derive it from the expression that we have learned just now. As you can see, I have just done a little rearrangements. I have applied some concepts of logarithm, and thus so easily we have memorized both the formula of Arrhenius equation from the simple ideal gas equation, which is PV is equal to nRT. In the expression ln A by K, A is the numerator and K is the denominator, which is in the alphabetical order. There is one more relation of this Arrhenius equation in which we have K2 and K1, that is two rate constants for T1 and T2, that is two temperatures. Even this formula, which seems so complicated, will come into our hands simply by the application of the ideal gas equation trick which I have shown before. So it was EA is equal to RT ln A by K. In the next step, I have performed a few rearrangements and finally arrived at the expression log A by K is equal to EA by 2.303 R into 1 by T. After arriving at this formula, we can easily write our actual formula. Let us suppose that K1 is the primary K, as it is K1, so we have placed it in place of K. And in the place of A, we have put K2. In the case of temperature, in place of 1 by T, we have put 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2, which is in serial order. In a more logical sense, we can remember the positions of K1, K2, T1 and T2 in the following way. We know that rate constant is directly proportional to temperature, so if T1 is greater than T2, K1 will be greater than K2. As such, the term log K2 by K1 becomes less than 0. As the left hand side is negative, so the right hand side should also be negative, which is so because 1 by T1 is less than 1 by T2 because T1 is greater than T2. In this way, we have easily worked up this formula which looked so confusing from the simple ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. Now I am sure you are not going to confuse up all this formula sitting in the examination hall. Now let's move on to the expression of gas phase reaction of first order, which is K is 2.303 by T log P naught by twice P naught minus Pt. This formula is too a very confusing one, but it will become simple when we realize that this confusing formula is derived from the simple formula Kt is ln A naught by A, which we have learnt already. What I have done in the second step is a few rearrangements, and in the last step I have put up P naught and P in place of A naught and A because pressure is directly proportional to concentration. Here we can see that we have arrived almost at the actual formula, but what is missing is the denominator, that is P. It is the simple expression of this P that you need to remember, not the very confusing actual formula. That is, P is twice P naught minus Pt. Putting this value of P in the formula, we have K is 2.303 by T log P naught by twice P naught minus Pt, which we so simply derived from the single formula Kt is ln A naught by A. So what you need to know is that P is twice P naught minus Pt, nothing else, and you will be able to recall the entire formula. Now let's move on to this expression of two concentration terms A1 and A2 corresponding to 2 times T2 and T1. How simple this confusing formula becomes when we realize that it is actually derived from Kt is ln A naught by A again. Let's see how. What I have done in the second step is a few rearrangements. In the last step, I have put T2 minus T1 in place of T, A1 in place of A naught and A2 in place of A. But how can we remember these positions? If you look at this formula closely, you will realize that I have put A1 in place of A naught. That means A1 may be considered as the concentration when time T was 0. So for obvious reasons, T1 will be less than T2. That is why the formula reads T2 minus T1. Even if we put A2 by A1 in the log term, then T2 becomes less than T1, so it will be T1 minus T2. So you just need to know that Kt is ln A naught by A, and you will eventually come up with this long and confusing formula. So that was all for today's topic. If the video was beneficial, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get more such videos on simple explanations of the topics included in HS syllabus. I will be back with another video. Thanks for watching.